There are statements I made when I believed people would listen to me, at least as regards certain things which are important for us all. But now it makes no difference. But how come you are here at all? I mean, in my hotel room. I haven't been visited by anyone for a very long time. Which paper will you be publishing this in?
As a matter of fact, I'm a freelance reporter. Mr. Tesla, you were once a very wealthy man. You worked with J.P. Morgan, didn't you?
We were given a great opportunity.
And what was that opportunity?
It had to do with the course mankind had chosen and the one it might have chosen, which would have led in a very different direction.
Mr. Tesla, is it true that you once received some unidentified signals from space in Colorado Springs?
I have already made a very full statement on that.
And when was that?
At a press conference at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. That was in 1890.
Just one more question, if you don't mind. At one time, you worked very closely with George Westinghouse and Thomas Edison. Is it true that you gave up $10 million owed to you by Westinghouse?
Young man, Edison and Westinghouse are very different men. George and I still see each other often.
Mr. Tesla, George Westinghouse is dead. He died a long time ago.
I suppose you're going to tell me that Mark Twain is dead, too.
He's been dead for over 30 years, Mr. Tesla. It's 1943, you know.
Well, you see, I was speaking to him just yesterday. But the man I really want to talk to is Morgan. And now, young man, I should be grateful if you would leave.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tesla.
Morgan. The others, they're always happy to speak with me. But Morgan, after all these years, he still refuses to answer. All these terrible things, they need never have happened. I told him that. I showed him what the world could be. He'd let me know, he said, when he was ready. I'm still waiting.
the United States of America. Next.
Żeby cię żadne grzechy nie obraziła. Ofiaruję ci wszystkie moje myśli, słowa i uczynki, pracę i modlitwy dzisiejsze. Pobłogosław dla mojej Boże.
All these children yours, you're their legal guardian.
Tutti i bambini sono sani. Sono già stati visitati in Italia sul chiosco. Tutti noi siamo sani, signore. Mai nessuno della nostra famiglia è stato malato. Ecco, qui ci sono tutti occhi bene.
Thank you.
Il signore domandato, ci siete voi responsabili di tutti questi bambini?
Che domanda? Chi altro si potrebbe occupare dei miei bambini? Per loro sono venuto in America, per dire.
There you are. Welcome to the United States.
Grazie, signore. Avanti, avanti bambino. Adesso siamo in America. Tutto questo ora è nostro.
Nikola Tesla from
Avanti,
Paris.
bambini.
Born in Smiljan, Croatia, Austria. And how big a family have you got?
No family at all, I have not met.
Ah. All right. You're all set. Welcome to the United States of America, Mr. Tesla.
Thank you very much.
All right, who's next?
The Earth is more unstable now. It wobbles more than it used to. The atmosphere is spinning up and the Earth is slowing down. The Earth's core is getting hotter. The magnetic north is changing. The sun is more active and older than we once thought. Everything is more unpredictable. It's trying to push things to the limit. The late Carl Sagan said, "We've arranged a global civilization in which most crucial elements profoundly depend on science and technology. We've also arranged things so that almost no one understands science or technology. We might get away with it for a while, but sooner or later, this combustible mixture of ignorance and power is going to blow up in our faces."
When you have disturbances in the ionosphere, we can't communicate with our satellites.
Imagine the Earth's atmosphere, also known as the ionosphere, as a thick soap bubble. It is a membrane, a natural electrically charged shield around the Earth, protecting all life from nuclear solar radiation.
The Defense Department.
We have to have the atmosphere for survival. I don't think we should do anything to damage it.
Without the ionosphere, I'd be fried, you'd be fried.
Navigation.
All life on Earth would be fried.
In 1912, Nikola Tesla, a visionary genius, saw ways to tame the sky to make the atmosphere glow. He developed alternating current, high-frequency radio technology, and free energy. He experimented with both high and low frequencies and electromagnetic waves. He envisioned altering the weather and creating shields around the Earth to protect us from disruption. And he claimed he knew how to split the Earth in two. In 1985, Bernard Eastman applied for patents that could make some of these ideas real. Many claim that these patents have become the blueprint for HAARP, high-frequency active auroral research program.
ARCO originally approached me in 1984 to find a use for the natural gas of the North Slope of Alaska, which they could not sell. To give you a feel for how much gas is the atmosphere in habitation, it was enough gas to produce all the electricity in the United States for 40 years. I originated some ideas for military applications and beneficial civilian applications in which that gas would be converted into electricity that they'd use to power some gigantic
millions of amperes of electricity.
What does HAARP do? HAARP is a large antenna where we beam radio frequency energy up into the upper atmosphere, and we create on a small scale what the sun normally does. The reason we're trying to do this is because when you have disturbances in the ionosphere, we can't communicate with our satellites.
HAARP began with a congressional insertion in the Appropriations Bill of fiscal year 1990. In essence, Congress directed the Defense Department to explore the potential for using the auroral regions for improving communications and navigation and surveillance. From there, the assignment came that the Navy and the Air Force were to manage the program. It is people from those two organizations that have worked together for the past 7 years.
Applications discussed in the patents included destroying missiles. Communications control and disruption were included. There were some other ideas, both to possibly modify weather and finally to lift a portion of the upper atmosphere further out into space where hopefully it would be able to deflect missile trajectories.
What we do by beaming up radio frequency up into the ionosphere, that radio frequency, when it hits molecules of atmosphere, it tends to make the subatomic particles inside move faster, and that increases their temperature. So you can bring their temperature up to 1,600 degrees or so, which is normally what the sun does to those particles at that atmosphere.
The ionosphere of the Earth has got enormous amount of energy. There are 8,000 thunderstorms going on all over the Earth at any given moment. There are millions of amperes of electricity pouring to the Earth from lightning strikes, and HAARP could create a trigger effect.
In 1983, I did radio tomography with 30 watts, looking for oil in the ground. I found 26 oil wells over a 9-state area, and 100% of the time was accurate with just 30 watts of power beaming straight into solid rock. HAARP uses 1 billion watts beamed straight into the ionosphere for experiments. Picture these strings on the piano as layers of the Earth. Each one has its own frequency. What we used to do is beam radio waves into the ground, and it would vibrate any strings that were present in the ground. We might get a sound back like, and we'd say, that's natural gas. We might get a sound back like, and we'd say, that's crude oil. We were able to identify each frequency. We accomplished this with just 30 watts of radio power. If you do this with 2 billion watts, the vibrations are so violent that the entire piano would shake. In fact, the whole house would shake. In fact, the vibrations could be so severe underground that could even cause an earthquake.
While we feel that HAARP is a unique facility, it's not the only one like it in the world. HAARP has some capabilities that we feel are better than some of the others. You can change the frequencies. You can shift the beam so that you can move it from one part of the ionosphere to another, and it has quite a bit more power.